Hi guys, my name is Peter Kay and I'm a financial and business coach. Now, if you've clicked on this video, it's probably because at some point you've asked yourself this question: is being an entrepreneur for me? Now, anyone can be an entrepreneur. I will say that straight off the bat. Every single person is capable of being an entrepreneur. However, being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. And I'm going to go through the reasons in this video. So like I said, if you've asked yourself this question, this video is for you. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're starting off in your journey, perhaps you have a business and you've gotten to that stage where you're asking yourself like, is this really for me? This video is for you. So something I like to go through with my business coaching clients is the W.W.W of business. So this is something that I've coined and put together, which I think is very, very important. And it's something that you have to ask yourself. You know, you might have people around you that look at you like, you can't be an entrepreneur. You're not smart enough. You're not from the right background. You never went to university. You don't have what it takes. You might have people that may tell you that outright to your face or behind your back that, you know, being an entrepreneur is not for you. But this is something personal. This is something that you have to ask yourself and only you will really know the answer to. So the first W is why. What is your why? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Is it because you want financial freedom? Is it because you want to have the freedom to manage your time how you want to? You don't want a boss, you know, nagging you, telling you what to do. For a lot of people, being an entrepreneur, it's the pride factor. It's the fact that you can tell people, you know, I got my own business. And you can pop your collar, or for you to just say that I have a business. You know, for a lot of people, it is mainly the pride factor. It is more the status of saying I have a business, I'm an entrepreneur. It looks great on your social media when you put it there and it's like, oh, you look all cool. However, the reality of being an entrepreneur, especially in the beginning stages of your journey, it's not always that cool. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, let's be real, they're not making any money. Fortunately, I started my business 3 months ago, and from the first day I launched my business, I already booked my first coaching client. However, for a lot of people, when they launch their business in the beginning stages, you have the teething process. For some people, it may take them a month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to really get their business off the ground. So if you know you want to be an entrepreneur simply because you think in your mind, I'm going to launch my business today, the next day I'm going to be a millionaire, or within a year I will be a millionaire, being an entrepreneur might not be for you. Because something that's really required, which I'll speak about in the last W, is patience. But so going back to the first W, why? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? What does that look like to you? You know, what is it that draws you to that? Is it something you've always wanted to do? Have you gotten to the stage in your career when you're just thinking corporate life is just not for me? Being an employee for the rest of my life is just not for me. Perhaps these are your reasons, or perhaps you found yourself in a position where the pandemic has shown you that having one source of income is not the best way forward. And I would definitely say I agree with that. Having multiple sources of income is the best position you can be in, because if something happens with one source of income, you're okay because you're covered by your other sources of income. Now, one thing I do want to clarify is that having multiple sources of income doesn't necessarily mean you need to have your own business. There are many ways that you can make extra sources of income. There's investing, you know, in stocks, in many things, commodities. You can do trading. There's cryptocurrency. I personally don't trade cryptocurrency, but there are some people that do and they enjoy it. But of course, you have to learn these sort of skills. It's not just something you start today and you're making lots of money within a day. Anyone that tells you that, I would really question whether that's really accurate or not. Also, there's forex trading. There are so many different ways that you can make money that does not require you to be an entrepreneur. So that's one thing that I definitely say you have to really consider your reasons. Why do you want to do this? Like I said, anyone can do it. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. Go for it. But if you're just doing it because you see everyone else around you, you know, having their own business, a lot of people, there's like certain networks that I know that having a business is like, that's all people want to do. I want to have a business. When you ask what kind of business, I just want to have a business. So there's a lot of people that do want to have their own business, and that doesn't mean that you have to too. Just because everyone's doing something doesn't mean that you have to do it as well. You have to really assess your reasons and know why you are doing what you're doing, or why you're about to embark on this journey to, you know, launch your own business, to develop a business idea, perhaps that you've been sitting on for a really, really long time. You have to know for yourself. This is so, so important. Now, the next W is what? What do you want to bring to your industry? What do you want to bring to the table? You know, there is no unique idea. Let's be real. There's always going to be someone doing something very similar to you, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue your business because someone else is doing something similar. Let's say I wanted to open my own hair salon. I'm not going to stop in my dream of opening my salon because there's salons around. There's always going to be salons around. You know, it's very difficult to find an idea that no one has ever done. So what you have to find is, what can you add to the table? What do you want to serve? What purpose do you want to serve to others? Do you want to bring something that's going to entertain people? Do you want to bring something that's going to educate people? Do you want to add something to the table that's going to provide a service, or is going to teach people a skill that they don't know, or enhance? Is it going to be something that's going to make people's life easier? Is it going to be an app? Is it going to be a website, a book? There are so many different things that you can do, so many different sources. So you have to really think about what you want to bring to the table. People aren't just going to pay for something for no reason. You know, only your family members will do that and your friends to support your business in the beginning. But that will not be enough to sustain you and help you to actually build a life for yourself and work towards your financial freedom. So you have to really think about the what. What do I want to bring to the table? I'll use my own example. So for me, in my financial coaching, what I want to bring to the table is helping people to stop surviving in their finances and to start thriving. You know, I know a lot of people that work very, very hard, but they have nothing to show for it. And when I say nothing to show for it, I'm not speaking about specific materialistic things, but they have goals that they've never reached. And that's what I mean by having nothing to show for it, because my measure of success and someone else's may be completely different. Like for me, success is so much more than just buying a house and having a mortgage to pay. That's not success for me. That's something on my list, but it's not my end of or be all. It really isn't. I have other goals that I prioritized more than that, because I know that what I'm investing in now is going to bring me a greater return. So again, it's all about, what does success mean to you? And if you do want to be an entrepreneur, you have to understand that from the beginning. You have to know, what is my success going to look like? Because there's always going to be someone making more money than you, smarter than you, more equipped than you, more experienced than you. There is always going to be someone that is quote unquote better than you are. So you have to have that confidence within yourself to know that you are bringing something to the table. It may not be something completely new, but you're bringing something to the table. So you have to know your what. What do I want to bring to the table? What do I want to add to people's life? When people think of me as a business owner, when they think of my brand, what do I want them to associate me with? This is very, very, very important. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep itching my face, but it's really itchy. I don't know why. And the last one is willingness. Super important. Some people, they have their why, they have their what, but they do not have the last thing. And the last thing is what makes the difference. The last thing is what separates a successful entrepreneur from a struggling entrepreneur. And take it from me, there is a lot of struggling entrepreneurs, okay? There is a lot of entrepreneurs that they have been an entrepreneur for the past 10 years, but they are struggling financially. And not only struggling financially, but struggling to meet their goals, struggling to scale their business, struggling to actually make a profit. I had my first business when I was 19. I had my own hair care brand. I'm not even going to edit that, okay? Because editing, let me be honest with you guys, I hate editing. I really don't like it. It's long. It's really long. If I could just get a perfect video without making mistakes and just post it, I would be real happy, because I hate editing. But anyways, so yeah, I launched that when I was 19, and I didn't know everything about business. I never had a business mentor. There was a lot of gaps in my knowledge in terms of the operations of a business, but I managed to do it. And within my first year of trading, I actually made a profit because I had to pay tax. But even at that time, I was thinking, oh, I didn't really make that much. But the fact I had to make a profit, the fact that I had to pay taxes, in my first year of trading as a 19-year-old entrepreneur, pat on the back. There are people that have been trading for years and they've never made a profit. So this just goes to show, when you have the willingness, this is the last W. When you have the willingness to do what it takes to grow and scale your business, to, invest in your own personal development, because in order for your business to thrive, You as a person, you have to thrive. It's so important to invest in your personal development, to invest in your confidence as an entrepreneur, to invest in the gaps in your knowledge. If you know that you're not very good at the marketing side of things, definitely invest in learning more about that. Whether you're going to buy a book yourself on a course, do some online training, looking at tutorials, definitely investing in your skills. Knowing what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are is super important, because your business is only as strong as you are. If you are weak, if you are sinking, if you are insecure, that is going to reflect in your business. Nobody wants to buy or book with someone who doesn't have confidence in themselves, who doesn't have confidence in their brand and what they're doing. Who would want to part with their money to invest in a company that is just giving you a very insecure vibe? Nobody. So it's very important for you to be willing. In order for your business to be successful, in order for your business to grow, you have to be willing to do what it takes. That means sacrificing. That means sacrificing your time, sometimes having to deny certain things that you want to do so that you can really have time to invest in your business. That means, investing in your knowledge and your skills, in knowing the operation side of a business, because that's very important. You can have an amazing product. You can have the best product, the best service, but if you don't know how to manage the operation side of your business, if you are operating your business like a hobby, people aren't going to take it seriously. And who's going to want to buy a product that is not marketed well? So again, you can see that as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to invest. And this is the last point I want to leave you with: investing. As an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to invest, and you have to know how to invest. But again, investing comes with learning. Along the way, you may make mistakes. You may invest in certain things, maybe courses, maybe equipment that you think, yeah, this is going to change the game. This is going to help me to level up in my business. And then you find, yeah, this is not as great as I expected. But investing is key. If you're the kind of person that you don't like to invest, being an entrepreneur is not for you. In my first business, I had to do a lot of investing. A lot of the money that I made, I would reinvest in my business. I hardly ever took out any drawings or money from myself, because I was reinvesting in the business, buying equipment, buying, better ingredients for my products, because I wanted to give the best to my customers. And even now, I'm doing the same. I'm investing in things that are going to help me to grow, that are going to help me to be the best coach that I can be, so that my clients are going to see results, so that they're going to be able to tell other people, like, Peter K, listen, you need a book with her, because she was able to help me to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so it's very, very important that you are willing to do what it takes. There have been times when I have needed to be willing to stay up late because there were things that I needed to get done. And as an entrepreneur, it's not easy. The beginning stages can be challenging. And I'd say the challenging side of it is more in terms of the mental battle that you go through, especially let's say you've had a launch of something, and on your first day of the launch, nobody bought anything. And you're just kind of like, how can no one bought my product? And then thoughts come to your mind, oh, this isn't for you. Just give up, forget it. What's the point? Or even I have people that may ask you, oh, how's it going? And it's not going great. There will be moments like that. There will be seasons where your business is not flourishing in the way that you want. Perhaps you had certain goals, you had projections of what you wanted to be making in terms of your profit, and you've gotten to that point and it's like, yeah, you're so far behind. But one thing that you have to be willing to do is innovate. You have to be willing to review your results, review your actions. You have to learn how to strategize. If there's something that you've been trying to do in your business and you're finding that this isn't working, sometimes it's necessary to take a moment to stop, to think, to assess, and to really look at, okay, so I've been sending lots of emails to those that have subscribed to my blog or my mailing list, and no one ever buys. Why? Perhaps you're sending it every single day, and people aren't even clicking on your emails anymore. People are unsubscribing more than they're actually subscribing to your mailing list. So you have to assess the actions that you are taking as an entrepreneur to see what's really working for you. If something's not working, there is no point wasting your time in doing that. And I'd say for me personally, one of the things that has really, really helped me to scale my business in a very short period of time, I have been running my business, my coaching business, for 3 months. And within that time, I have been able to coach over 20 people. And the majority of those people are people that I didn't know. That were people that booked with me through social media, people that messaged me, that saw my video on Facebook, and I'm like, how did you even see my video? I don't understand. But one thing that has really taught me is thinking outside the box. And also, when you provide a service that is good, people will, tell others about you. I've had so many clients booking through word of mouth from clients that I've had previously. I've also had people referred to me that from people that have never booked a session with me. So this just goes to show when people can trust what you are selling or whatever it is that you're providing, people are going to be willing naturally. Like I've had people DMing me on Instagram, hey, my financial life right now, I really need help. Me and my husband are struggling financially. Help, help us. I've had people DMing me from other countries, guys. I'm not even lying to you, okay? If I know how to edit properly, I would try to, put the DM in here. But I've had that, and it's like, wow, whenever I get those random DMs, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. But it just goes to show, if you position yourself well, before positioning, actually, let me rewind. Just pretend that I edited that and I'm doing that, okay? So let's rewind a little bit. So if you position yourself in such a way that one, you are secure within yourself, you are secure within your business in terms you know that what you are providing, that what you are selling people is something that is good, it is quality. People are going to benefit. They're going to like what you're selling. You're going to have that confidence. And one thing that I've discovered as well with my business is that people will buy when they see you're passionate about what you're selling. When people see you're just trying to take their money, they're not really interested. They see that you actually have knowledge about your product, about your business, and you have passion and you know what you're talking about, people will naturally book with you. So you have to know your business inside out. Inside out. You have to know your business better than anyone, because once you do, naturally people are going to gravitate towards you. When you're consistently putting yourself out there, networking, getting your business out there, marketing yourself well, people are going to book with you. I guarantee it. Before I even started doing any paid marketing, I had lots of people contacting me, emailing me, going on my website and just booking directly without ever even speaking to me. And it was amazing. It was like, wow, okay, so this is working. So now I know what works for me and what doesn't. So going back to the W.W.W, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? What is it that, what is it that attracts you to be an entrepreneur? What does that look like for you? What is your idea of being a successful entrepreneur? Is there a particular amount of money that you want to earn? The kind of lifestyle that you want to be able to live? These are all things that you need to really consider. Second W, what? What are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to add to the industry that you're going to be operating in? What is going to separate your business from your competitors? What is going to be your unique selling point? You have to think about all these things. And lastly, willing. Are you willing? Are you willing to do what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur? A lot of your success lies in your mind. If you're someone that you're very weak-minded, you're constantly looking at other people to encourage you, to believe in you before you act, work on that. Work on your mindset. Work on your confidence. Because I guarantee there will be moments in your journey that people around you may not see your vision. And that's fine, because it's not their vision. It's yours. You have to see your vision. And honestly, when I say this, I get really passionate about it. Because even in my first business, I had many people around me saying, oh, that's not really going to work. How can you make products that's completely natural? Like, I don't think it could be done. And I did it. Do you understand? If I had allowed those negative people around me telling me that it couldn't be done, I would have never gone for it. So it shows you that you have to believe in what you're doing. So if you have an idea, research your idea, really start to work on developing it. And I'm going to do a video. My next video is going to be about, so you want to start a business. And I'm going to talk you through some steps that you need to take if you have a business idea that you want to develop. I really, really hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a comment below and let me know that you found it helpful. If there was anything that you could resonate with, that stood out to you, and feel free also to leave me comments about other topics that you want me to cover. So essentially what I'm going to be covering from now on is going to be videos related to finance, business, and personal development. My favorite topic ever. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be back with you guys soon.